Few years ago, starting out with our trading career, one of the things that was so difficult for me to master was how to draw the trend line. But today, hopefully, I've been able to teach so many people how to do the same thing, and not just the trend line, but a lot of strategy, good strategy, right? Not a lot, but at least I have a strategy that do work. But in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to draw the trend line perfectly. Believe me, it's very easy. As a matter of fact, the trend line is the easiest strategy you can use. And that is why I'm starting out after a long break with this video, how to draw a trend line and make money even as a beginner. Like I said, it's very easy to master or learn the trend line strategy even as a beginner. So this video is basically going to be so quick and easy, so I don't want you to be thinking, oh, this thing is hard. No, it's only hard if you believe it is hard. Okay, so it's very easy to understand that forex trading will only make sense to you the moment you open your mind to learning and mastering it. All right, so straight to the point. Trend line is basically a tool or a means of predicting or forecasting the market for the next move. So like the name implies, trend line. So I'm going to give you like 3 to 4 points about the trend line, and then I'll begin to show you some example. So first thing about the trend line is that you use it to know or follow the trend of the market. You want to know if it's a uptrend or if it's a downtrend. One of the tools we use for that is the trend line. And then with the trend line, you can take your buy position or your sell position. And number two, the trend line serves as support and resistance. This trend line serves as support and resistance. So basically, support is like let's represent this as a support. This is a resistance rather, and then I'll draw my support here. All right, draw my support here. So if the market, let's say we have a ranging market like this, so the market went up and then it was resisted back to our support and went back again and came down again, and then finally we have a break to the upside, and then the market is coming back to retest on this resistance that is now a support. Right now, what are we going to do talking about the trend line? Now, anytime the market start taking out highs or lows, anytime the market takes out two highs, it means there's a buy trend continuation, or buyers are taking over the market. Then if it takes out two lows, it means sellers are taking over the market. And as you can see with the trend line, there's only one principle for the trend line. Do you get one principle? When I was learning, I came across so many videos that people say what's it called, you need 5 touches, you need 4 touches for you to have a valid trend line. But that's not true. What you need is 2 touches. All right, if you can get 2 lows or 2 highs, connecting them to each other, connecting 2 highs or 2 lows together with your trend line, at the third touch, that's where your entry is. The third touch is your entry, your valid entry, and that's what I want to show you now. So I'll take my trend line too. So as if you're a beginner watching this, one of the ways you can easily get your highs and your lows is to mark them. Whenever you see a high, mark it to be able to be accurate, and then you mark the other high or the low. But we are doing for a buy example. All right, now the second point or the third point I want to give to you is that you can trade with the trend line despite the strategy you are using. If you are using SMCI, CTF and R zone, pure price action, or support and resistance, you can basically add the trend line strategy and be able to amplify your win rate and be able to make more money. Okay, so once you mark it out, you have to just put the trend line together like so, and then what you are waiting for basically is for price to come back is a price to come back like this to your trend line, boom, and then you do a minimum of 1:2. 1:2. I recommend you don't do anything less than 1:2. All right, so you just target something reasonable and you do a nice 1:2. I'm not teaching on strategy today. So basically today is just on the trend line. So in the part 2 of this video, I'm going to be merging both support and resistance and the trend line strategy. Putting the both of them together, you'll be able to make good progress, because there is no, for example, the trend line is a confluence, right? Somebody should not be using just one confluence to trade. It may work for you, but then you will have a low win rate. So if you can make the trend line strategy with support and resistance, and then you have price action to it or chart patterns, you'll be able to have a good trading strategy. Okay, so this strategy can work for anybody. Actually, anybody means anybody, whether you are a beginner, intermediate. If you are not a beginner but then you have been trading, just stick to this video. You understand something very soon. And then some people say, do I need to draw my trend line on the wick or on the body? All right, that's a very interesting question, but then it's not a law per se. Some people draw on the wick and they still make money. Some people draw on the body of the candle and they still make money. So don't let anybody overcloud you with some mindset that is coming from God knows where and say it must be like this. Some people say people trading SMC don't make money. Some people say people trading ICT don't make money, but that's a lie. Everybody, some people, even if not everybody, I know people trading ICT that are rich. I know people trading SMC that are rich. So you stick with what works for you and then you make profit. So let's go to the chart to show you some good examples. So I'll take 2 examples for buys, 2 examples for sell. So one of the things you should learn to do is how to zoom in and zoom out to be able to find a good entry. All right, if you don't know how to zoom in and zoom out, sometimes you may not know that okay, there was a low there or there was a high there. Okay, so let me just zoom out first and then we'll see what we are able to get. Now from what I just showed you, I can see a clean setup or a clean opportunity for me to enter a trade. Now I'm doing this video on a weekend and this is on gold on the 15 minutes time frame. So whether you are a swing trader, you are a scalper, or you are a day trader, you can actually use the trend strategy. There is no law to what time frame am I going to use. You can basically use any time frame, but the only thing you have to take note of is that the bigger the time frame, the stronger your trend line. So basically I just need to connect them together like this. All right, and then I have to just wait for price to come back to the trend line like this and then buy. Okay, targeting a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. As easy as that. Now this thing I just showed you, where many people get it wrong is how to find or spot the highs and the lows. As long as you find a recent low and another recent low for a buy is valid. I'm not teaching you trend line break and retest. So for those of you that are very, very much ahead, I know somebody's already thinking, oh, but what if it's a counter trend line? I'm just teaching you the basic trend line bounce. If you're a beginner, just focus on this thing I'm saying. Don't get confused by what someone else is saying. All right, let me look for another example real quick. So remember again, we do 1:2 and then we'll put our stop loss on a valid level. I'm not teaching on stop loss today or entry. So maybe in the second of this video, like the part 2 of this video, I'm going to be giving you the steps you have to take. So just 1:2 and boom, you make profits and then we are out. So let me just show you past market records. You can draw the trend line from anywhere. So I'm just spotting another opportunity here. We have a low here, remember your entry is from the 3rd touch. All right, your entry should come from the 3rd touch. So we have the second one here, and then what we are basically waiting for is a 3rd touch which happened around this axis here. So after this video, you can go and do your back testing and then try it out with a demo account and then believe me, you are going to make profit. You see what happened? And then boom, the third touch there, and then we are going to take our entry from this zone or this level, and then we do our 1:2, and we are out. And as you can see, the market keeps going higher and higher because we are in an uptrend. So don't try to buy when we are in a downtrend. If at all you are going to do something like that, it should be for a scalp. Okay, it should be like you are trying to scalp. For example, let me look for a sell opportunity, because as we all know, gold is in an uptrend. Okay, I just spotted an opportunity here real quick. All right, so I'm zooming in now. Remember the first example I did, I zoomed out. Now I'm zooming in. So you can actually zoom in or zoom out, which other way you like. But sometimes if you are trading from the lower time frame, I would advise you zoom in. We have the first touch there, we have the second touch here, and then the third touch is very close to the first touch, which is still valid. As long as our trend line can connect to the three of them, we have a valid trend line. And boom, you see, easy. Whether on the week, whether on the body, just make sure you place it in a good position. You can make up your mind you place it on the week. Believe me, it will work. You can say, okay, I'll place it on the body, it will still work. So we are going to put our stop loss in a good level, and then keep it here. This one is 5. Let's just take it higher, and then we do a quick 1:2 or 1:3, and then you see the price started going back up. Why? Because we are in an uptrend, but this is a sell example. So a quick recap before I end this video, because I don't intend in taking much of your time. So let me just give you one more example. It's easy for a sell. Okay, for a buy again, when you have two lows, something like this, what you'll be waiting for is for the next touch. Right, so you just connect it like so, like this, and just extend it to the future, because sometimes it may not come to let's say you may think it will just come back like this. No, sometimes it will like what do I call it now, it may play around like something like this and like this, and then it will come here, and then boom, you do your 1:2 in and out. And then if you notice, there's a zone here like so. All right, and that's why in the next video I'm going to be teaching you in depth of the what's it called, the trend line strategy again. Okay, so I'm going to give you a sell example now. Let me just complete this pattern. So we have something like this, and boom, and as you can see, we have like an M pattern here, a W pattern rather. So we do our normal 1:2 again, and then we are able to make money ASAP. Okay, you just keep going like that. Whether you're a scalper, a swing trader, a day trader, is all about waiting for the right time to take that trade. So draw your trend line and wait for price to come and trigger your trend. In the next video, I'm going to be merging it with zones so you understand better. So this is for the sell again. So this for the sell, we want to see two highs. We want to be able to connect two highs together, and then we will be able to take our entry. Okay, so we'll just put our stuff here like this. So if you have any question, you can ask in the comment section, or chat me up if you are in the Telegram group. The link will be in the description. And then boom, this is what we want to see, and then we target our 1:2 again. May I do 1:3, but if you are new, don't do anything less than 1:2. You can say you want to do 1:3, fine, but before you do 1:3, make sure your strategy is a good one. Like my own, I trade the F and R zone, and I trade price action too, pure price action. This is like a 1:4. So that's it, guys. The trend line is very basic. I didn't try to complicate anything here. I just went straight to the point I can close my eyes and teach you this thing a million times. I can wake up from the sleep and teach you, and it works exactly like that. So go back to your chart, back test it, check it, the same way I did it. Just keep going, keep back testing it like this, and you gain more confidence with yourself, or with your trades rather. All right, until next time guys, if you like this, if you gain value, just like this video and then watch out for part 2. Alright guys, so that's it for the video, and if you gain value, I want you to give a like and share, and then of course subscribe to Forex Zone. And we are here to educate you and make sure you're learning to make money. We are trading for profit. We are not just trading to bear the name Forex trader. Alright guys, so if you have any question, drop it in the comment section or hit me up on my Telegram or Instagram rather. Every link you need will be in the description below. Until next time guys, let's meet at the top. Peace.